Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long goes 1975.
This is 1941 Counter-Strike on the PC Engine Supergrafx. It's the prequel to 1942. Guess what the giveaway is there? So this was released in the arcades by Capcom in 1990, and as I said, it's a prequel to 1942. Loved 1942, played it in the arcade in Westwood Ho, absolutely fantastic. Couldn't get anywhere on it, but still loved it. And loved it on the Spectrum, which was the first home port I ever played. So it was ported by Hudson Soft in 1990 to the Supergrafx. Now, I loved Supergrafx. It's on my list of holy grails of consoles. I know you could argue there's absolutely no point to owning it, but obviously it was the sequel follow-up to the PC Engine, had full backwards compatibility, but only 5 games were ever released for it, the most famous being Ghouls and Ghosts with Dai Nakamura. Which I have a gameplay of on the PC Engine Mini, which would be where most people sort of, I guess, experience of the Supergrafx would come from, would be that one game and on that mini console. And it's an absolutely fantastic port. It's pretty much arcade perfect, and I would argue that it's better. I definitely prefer it to Ghouls and Ghosts on the Sharp 68000, which I also have a gameplay of. Now, for whatever reason, I'm assuming it was the price, and that people probably didn't really consider it that much of an upgrade from the original PC Engine. It just did not do well. I think there's a couple of regular PC Engine games that if you stick them in the Supergrafx, it augments them or something like that. But the thing is, it does stuff really, really, really well. They gave it an additional 4 megabytes of RAM, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, for its CPU. Then they added in a second video chip with its own RAM, I'm guessing that's a GPU, so it could do obviously 2 layers of independent background scrolling, whereas the PC Engine could only do 1, and it had twice the number of sprites on screen the original PC Engine did, and the original PC Engine could do a lot of sprites. That's why shooters, not shmups, hate that phrase, are so good on it. And also the original PC Engine had such an amazing colour palette. I mean, it dwarfed the Mega Drive when it came to colours, so it's a shame that we only got 5 games, but this looks absolutely phenomenal. It's 2-player simultaneous, should you have friends. I do not, as I just got back from work, and it chucks around so much stuff on the screen, and I've only played it for a little bit. I really don't think there's any slowdown. Maybe there is if there's 2 players, but as I said, I am no mates at the moment. It plays pretty much the same as the original 1942, but there are a couple of things, you know, it's mixed up. Again, I've only played this literally for 2 minutes, so let's enjoy it and experience it together. I know it's held in very high regards and considered one of the best shooters, well, I can't really say on the PC Engine, can I? But one of the best shooters of its time on the home systems. So let's get into this. I'm playing this on my Super Console X, by the way, and the music's amazeballs. I don't think there's any additional chips or hardware or anything for music, is there, in this? Anyway, starts. So, fire. Look, there's a volcano. I'm sure, no, it's not volcanoes. It's ships on fire. So you play. It's a Japanese game where you play an American killing the Japanese. Because, right, there's no water fire because I'm not playing this on a PC Engine pad. Because I'm not playing it on a PC Engine. I have health, bottom left, and the 3 red dots, I'm assuming, are my lives. Obviously, these orange things are power-ups. You get your wingmen. It looks phenomenal. It's full of hell, isn't it? But there's so much stuff going on, particularly with my rate of fire, that I sacrificed a wingman, man. It was worth it. Look at my health. It's hard to see their projectiles. I have played 1941 in main, and I'm not going to lie, from what I can remember, this is pretty much bang on. You have a loot the loot, but it also incorporates your smart weapon, which to be fair you never had in the original 1942. It feels weird saying the original 1942 when this is called 1941, but obviously it was released afterward. Boss! Look at it. There's no flickering or anything. Oh, that's shit falling off him, isn't it? I think there's a weird bit where the top of him comes at the bottom of the screen. Did you see that? But that's probably an emulation thing. I panicked then, I'm not going to lie. I thought he was just going to keep coming at me. It's a flying fortress. It's a plane that does not exist. And we've made it to level 2. This is a good looking game. This is a very good looking game. Can you imagine if they did R-Type on the Supergrafx? I am aware it exists on the PC Engine, but imagine it. No flickering. An R-Type. Hang on, I should get him, shouldn't I? Weird. Super Street Fighter 2 move weird shadow effects. That's the worst descriptive term I've ever come up with. But I like it. Yeah, can you imagine that? There'd be an R-Type on a PC Engine system that had no... I know R-Type came out in 1992 again. No, sorry, I'm confusing that with Super Street Fighter, because I was just thinking that also. Imagine if they did Super Street Fighter on this. Obviously, these are all moot points, I get that, but R-Type with no sprickering, no flickering and slowdown. See, I created a new word then. I could shoot the cliffs. Never mind climate change and erosion and all that shit. I can do it. And I choose to do such. Because I'm American. Yeah. And this is what we do. We fly around the world, changing things. Look, helicopters, because they existed in 1941. I know I'm being harsh. That's my health. Because there's nothing like a warning beep to gently edge you further and further into the game without pissing you off in any level whatsoever. I've got continues. I don't know how many continues I got. I've got so much stuff going on the screen, it is literally impossible to avoid it. But again, no slowdown, no flickering. Pretty claustrophobic, not gonna lie. Lots of carnage though, I'm enjoying that. I'm scared of what I can fly over and what I can't. Is that a cow? I don't know what that was. It looked like a cow. Get that. That's an extra loop-the-loop. I can't fly over that. So it's Star Wars trench running me, which feels a bit, it's an arcade port though, so I can't hold it against it, but it feels a bit, yeah, look at it. Well, it's an arcade game, you know, it wants your money. It's got to put someone's kids through college, even if they're not yours. I can see, oh hang on, hold fire down, release it, and you've got missiles. Are they homing missiles? Because they also existed. Actually, do you know what? In World War II, I'm pretty sure it was the Brits, they invented a bomb that planes could drop and it would guide itself to the enemy boats, because in it, I'm not making this up, look it up, there was a pigeon and it was trained back at base, back at Pigeon HQ if you will, to peck images of boats that were moved around in front of it. So then it would be put in the bomb, fully developed, and when it was put in the bomb, is this a boss? It would, you know, keep pecking pressure pads, which were behind an image, well, it was being relayed through, I don't know how, what tech, to the pigeon of the boat below, and the pigeon would guide it to the boat. So basically, guided missile in World War II, using a pigeon. Genius! They never used it, did they, though? Amazing, though. Why did they not use it? I mean, everyone hates pigeons now. They call them the rat of the sky. Maybe the pigeons were more loved back then. Maybe I should get a white stick. There you go. Important facts that you didn't know. Shizen. Didn't they want to put mines on dolphins as well? Shouldn't have done that. They should have put laser beams on frickin' sharks' heads. See what I did there? What am I supposed to be shooting to kill this? Oh, I've killed it. This is great. It's just, it's bullet hell, and I'm not very good at bullet hell games, and it totally crams you in. Look, could use a few more frames of animation there, game. Just saying, just saying. Don't be hating. Oh yeah, orange planes, sorry. Power-ups. Obviously, like any good 1940X, or 194X game, enemies come from behind, so you got to kind of stay in the middle of the screen. Are they tanks? And also, there's so many entries into this franchise, and at some point Capcom stopped making them, and then someone else starts making them. Because I have a gameplay of a 1940 game, I can't remember which one it is, where oh, hang on, I've got to do that. Yeah, it's made by someone else. Weird. We'll have one more quick go. One more. Other games I would like to have seen on the Supergrafx. Strider would have been epic balls, wouldn't it? Would have liked a Strider. As for sprite scalers, there wouldn't be any real point. I mean, I know it's got more grunt, a lot more grunt, but it still hasn't actually got hardware for scaling, has it? So, but as I said, I would love one. Right, one more go. We'll just play it till my lives die. That made no sense whatsoever. Bollocks! Oh no, it did that for me anyway, didn't it? I like all this future tech we've got in WW2. Aliens. Hey, Hitler was going for all the mythological shit. Why can't we have crystal skulls and bollocks like that? Giving us aliens tech. Curious as to how this plays 2 players. I do have 2 control pads and 2 dongles, for want of a better descriptive term, for this thing. This thing is a beast, seriously. Oh! 60 quid well spent. And it's been surpassed now by the Super Console X something? Beast? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'll shut up now, I'm talking an absolute massive amount of bollocks. Gonna sacrifice the little dude! No, he's still going. It should let you carry on with him. And you don't lose a life until he dies. That would be epic. Anyway, 1941 Counter-Strike on the Supergrafx. This is fantastic, honestly. Don't let my piss poor skills in it put you off. This is fantastic. If you have ability to play this, cough cough emulation, get on it. Anyways, I also love to, I think, especially if you played this back in the day on a Supergrafx, which will make you a god to me, or, you know, you played it in the arcades. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.